David Settle next to Laramie head coach Clint Reed as we get set for the last two regular season games. And first up, a long trip north as the 5th-ranked Plainsmen take on the 4th-ranked Bronx in Sheridan Friday night. Remember, it's a 6 o'clock kickoff. How has preparation gone this week, Clint, in terms of battling with the elements for really, I know you've had wind, but this is really the first cold of the year.
It is. You know, it's football weather. It is what it is, and you need to be able to buck up and handle it. But we try to modify some stuff, not just because of the weather, the time of the year. You know, it's hard to keep out here for 2 or 3 hours of practice. So we've tweaked some things a little bit, you know, picked up the tempo even more, just executed and refined things as we want to do, in and out of transitioning from drill to drill, you know, sequence to sequence as far as what we're doing during the week. You know, we were able to sneak inside a little bit on Monday. EW was gracious on that week. Pretty much got kicked out the rest of the week though. So just battle the elements and, like I said, keep the pace up.
Well, they're going to have to play in cold on Friday night. It might be dry in Sheridan, but they are going to have to play in cold. Talk about, obviously, sustained a significant injury with Baxter Tuggle last week. What is his status? Not necessarily with the injury specifics, because can't talk really too much about that, but what is his status this weekend? How does that impact what you guys like to do?
You know, Baxter's, you know, a big-time athlete for us, a running back, linebacker, and just as important, leadership. You know, him and some of these guys have spent a lot of time this last 12 months, you know, preparing for this season. So you lose that in every way. I would like to say that maybe the prognosis for the future is a lot better than I anticipated last Friday. As a coach and as probably his parents and everyone in the stands, because it was just right there clear as day, it didn't look good at all. He's doing pretty well right now, but you know, they're going to do some checks on Thursday and even Friday morning, and you know, Baxter will come up to me like, so if I'm cleared, I can go? I'm like, no. I'm pretty much shutting him down.
Okay.
So we need to shut him down for the weekend and ready for next week in the playoffs.
So how does that impact what you like to do, particularly with Jason in the run game?
Yeah, you know, we've got none in cell there. A couple of real good backups there to Tuggle. They've been getting a lot of reps this week. We still got Jason in the backfield, so he may have to carry the load a little bit more as far as running the ball. The Lions, you know, working really hard up front no matter who carries the ball. So they're going to be ready to handle that load. And, you know, Jason, like I said, is making improvements as the season's gone along in the passing game. So, you know, we'll see what they dictate on defense and what they present to us, and we'll keep it balanced to the best of our ability, but we'll, you know, the game will dictate a little bit. All
right, let's talk about the Sheridan Bronx. Obviously still a good team, maybe not quite the level they've been at the previous 3 years, but still capable of making a run here down the stretch. They've gone on a little roll in the last couple of weeks. What are you seeing out of this Bronx team? You
know, to go back to the beginning of the year when you start watching film and thinking about what happened early for them, you know, regardless of, they probably haven't changed too much systematically how they do things, but still when you have a change, the voice is a little bit different. Okay. They maybe came out a little bit slow, but you know, they've been entrenched in there for about 10 years of just, like I said, a system, and a lot of similar coaches are still there in the program. So they've done nothing but improve. I mean, they just look dynamite in the sense of just the improvement, and it's just probably just all getting on the same page again. And so they're 3-time champs. I don't care who's leading the helm, but you know, with Don not there, you know, it is a change. I will give a shout out to him, not to say he'll ever see this, but you know, he, as the AD, he sent some information this week on the game, and I just told him it was so great to hear from him, and know how he's still connected to Wyoming, to Sheridan, you know, in his way, and to the community and stuff. So it was very nice to hear from him.
What are they doing offensively, defensively?
You know, very similar. Like I said, systematically, that's what they're doing, you know. And, you know, they got the Christensen, who's a big-time threat on both sides, number 25. They've got Kuhn at number 5. And 25 and 5, I know those numbers real well. I don't know the quarterback's number and the receiver as well. But those two, just because they stand out, I know their names, and I've heard them for a few years, you know. So they're still there. And so big threat on offense and defense, you know, both of them as far as that goes. So, again, a very solid team, a very disciplined team.
Obviously, special teams has been big for them in the past. They burned us with special teams, unfortunately, in the past. So how have you gotten that aspect ready with your guys, since that has been a focus going back now about a month?
No, it has, and we have, and we've talked about this last few weeks. We very much, you know, have been emphasizing the start of practice with special teams every single day. Personnel, you know, on and off the field, transition from offense, defense to special teams, just movement with the players, you know, unanticipated calls just during our scrimmage times and our team times, and make sure our execution is there too, and holding everybody accountable. So we're focusing on it. We always are. So.
Again, it's a 6 o'clock kickoff. Number 5 Laramie and number 4 Sheridan. Big showdown in 4A high school football, and could determine who might have a home field edge in the first round of the playoffs, but that's still a couple weeks away, and you got to take care of business in the game. 6 o'clock is the kickoff. Join me for the broadcast on KUWE. Coverage starts at 5 o'clock on Friday night.